In studio is the man himself, Johnny Drill. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Nairobi.
Thank you.
Now he's here with Sarah Mitaru. Wait. Let me tell you something, Sarah Mitaru.
Yes.
You know, Sarah Mitaru this thing was going on before COVID. There's a story behind how Johnny Drill is in Nairobi.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, I'm sure you know Sarah. Sarah is just one amazing musician. I love your voice. Let me first of all tell you this. How is this man in Nairobi?
That is such a good question.
Yes, I want to know.
So I have this gig. It's called ASH, Acoustic Songwriters Hub, and it's for songwriters.
Yeah.
So if, like, you know how African music is really good, but what makes it better is that we write our own songs.
True.
Most of the time. You know?
Yeah.
So I got introduced to Johnny by a friend in 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, 2019.
In 2019.
Yes.
So he had come from Nigeria for ASH, and he's like, I know exactly who would really be awesome.
Yeah.
And I had been listening to his music from 2014.
Yeah.
So when he said he knows Johnny, I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So we flew Johnny in,
Yeah.
and so the whole point of ASH is there's a mystery guest.
Yeah.
So you never know who's coming.
So you come for the ASH,
Yes.
and then you never know who the
You
star
never know
guest
who's
is.
coming. But they'll sing an angry song, a sad song, and a happy song.
Okay.
So Johnny Drill walks in and guys are like, oh my goodness. But then after that, the pandemic happens. Like, it was literally, that was the last show that we did together, and then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
So we were talking a lot for like the 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
And so I wrote a song. I asked him, would you like to be on this song?
Yeah.
So nothing really happened with that. And then at the time, I was working on my EP coming out later, as well as I was writing the songs for Disconnect 2 that Netflix had commissioned.
Yeah.
So there's a scene where there's a Kenyans and Nigerian, a wedding scene.
Yeah.
So then I was asked by Tosh and David, who's the producer, can you put together a song? I said, why not? So I said, why don't you write a song about a Nigerian guy and a Kenyan chick?
And I love it.
And then
I love it.
immediately I'm like, I think me and Johnny would do well on the song.
Yeah.
So we just did a bit of it for the film, and then now for the EP, he was so kind and agreed to be on the song, and it happened. The song is called Kele.
Yes, it's called Kele.
Yeah.
And that's how he came back to
And that's
You're
how
doing
he
the
came
video?
back for Ash. Yes, actually, we just shot.
And you
the
just
video
did
on
Ash?
Monday. We did
Now,
Ash
by
on
the way,
Sunday.
in
Shot
case
the
you-
video on Monday.
When does ASH happen?
Ash happens now every month, but so to come in, it's a no charge event. So it's really
It's
just
free.
It's free.
So people walked in for free and they
For
watched Johnny
free,
Drill
and then
for
they watch
free.
Johnny Drill for free.
Hey.
So the whole point is that
I was pained.
It hurt you so deeply.
so deeply. So the whole
God.
point is like music is. There's a place whereby it's more valuable than you could ever pay.
True.
And the songwriter is more valuable than you could ever pay.
True.
So why don't you see them in a way you never see them in life?
And you're two unbelievable songwriters. So that's how you ended up with. By the way, let me tell you, Johnny Drill is like 10 times bigger in real life than he is in the video.
It's true.
I know. I have an explanation for that, though.
Explain.
I think that so I personally think that I have a bigger than normal head. So when people see me and
Do you
my
have a
head,
bigger than normal wallet?
they assume that my head is proportional to my body size. But in reality, I really just have a big head.
You're a giant. You're 6 foot what?
6'2".
6'2".
Yeah.
Put it together, I'm sure you're liking that size. I know you're listening. So, Johnny, welcome to Nairobi.
Thank you.
Tell me about your musical journey. How did you begin? When did you discover that voice?
I mean, like a lot of artists, I pretty much started from church. Both my parents are pastors, so I got pretty much introduced to music at a very early age. I took interest in playing the piano when I was like 8. It was a Casio keyboard we had at church, and I know every Sunday after service I'd go and try and start playing stuff. And then joined the children's choir, joined the intermediate choir, and then the adult choir. At some point, I was part of a competition, talent hunt competition in Nigeria. I did not win. I didn't make top 10, but for me that was I know it sounds very funny now. That for me it was the first step to becoming the Johnny Drill I am. I know when I left the competition, I had like 500 followers on Twitter. Around the same amount on Instagram. It wasn't a lot, but it was somewhere to start from.
True.
And since then, I've been building. with the help of the fans and of course God being in there as well. You know, it's been a very interesting journey, and you know, music is everywhere. Playing on Kenyan radio, doing collaborations with Sarah Mitaru, having an interview with Maina. You know, it's
Well,
I can't ask for more.
It is such an honor. Let me ask you, what is it? Is it something you eat in Nigeria, or do you drink? Because Nigeria is blown up now musically. I mean, the world is at your feet.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, you guys are doing it. The range of music is so wide.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's very hard to explain sometimes, but I think there's a thing with I like to call it the Nigerian spirit.
Yeah.
Because wherever you go in this world, it's almost like Nigerians are everywhere.
You are everywhere.
Right? They're everywhere. Like, it was so easy for us to get Nigerian food yesterday. Like, it was literally like just around the corner.
Is this around the corner? I think I know about 4 Nigerian restaurants.
Yeah, so it's and I know Nigerians, especially when they meet themselves outside of Nigeria, they're very like supportive of each other.
True.
Right. I was in Houston about a week ago. For an event, and I know walking into the venue, it just felt like a family meeting. And I know these people, they're from different parts of Houston. But they came together.
They
for
probably
the event.
even never met before.
Exactly. And everyone's just talking to each other, having conversations, and just being so proud of each other and seeing everybody win and succeed. And I think maybe that's one of the reasons why Afrobeats, as of course there's a fuse, there's a Davido Wizkid fuse, and I think that in a way even fuels the music and the scene down there. But you know, Nigerians are very very dogged people. We go for it. We're not shy to go for it. And I mean, that's my explanation.
That's true. Okay. Hey, listen, let's talk about the hit.
Yeah.
I love the video.
Yeah.
And a lot of emphasis on the videos on the drummer. Who did the drums for How Are You, My Friend? Because that guy, he beats the drum, it enters your heart.
I know. So interestingly, there's 2 versions of that song.
Really?
The version you played is the YouTube version, which has a lot of live instrumentation in it.
Yeah.
So there's a bass guitar, there's a drummer, which you must have noticed, and then there's a violin somewhere in there as well.
Yes.
So the drummer there is my drummer. He's played with me for a long time, and he's really good.
He's excellent.
I will tell him that you said this about him.
Please tell him that we love him. So which is the other version?
So there is the official version that you find on like streaming platforms. That doesn't have a lot of the live instrumentation in there. So I think for us, talking about the video.
Yeah.
So we ended up not doing an official music video. What we did, we called it a performance video, which meant an actual performance of the song.
Yeah.
Right. Certain elements to be added into it. So that version has, like I said, has the drums, has the bass, and some other things. Even has a choir at the end. Which
yes,
you will
it
not
does.
find in the
which
streaming.
I love
version.
the choir. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the tone of your voice is just something else. You've got such a soothing voice, and then it's such a perfect song.
Yeah.
Because it's such a happy song.
Yes, it is. And I was just talking with Sarah. You don't get so many songs about friendship. A lot of people sing about other things, sing about love and life and God, but nobody really gets to sing about friendship. And the reality is that we have so many friends that we have lost touch with, and we don't even know how to reconnect. And for us, I think one of the satisfying things about putting out that song was that it helped people.
I know I don't text enough, but you're always on my mind.
Right? So just being able, when you send that song to a friend that you've not spoken to, you don't even have to say anything. Just send a song to them, and they know what you mean, and you can reconnect your friendships again.
Now, you're supposed to be coming to perform in Kenya.
Yes.
We know because we're the ones the Radio Africa events were bringing you. Then it turns out you are coming for another event, but they did not understand the dynamics of this event. Otherwise, you'd have come, done the event, and still done the concert. Literally.
Yes.
So you're coming back early next year with Radio Africa events.
Yes.
What can Kenyans expect?
Oh my goodness. I've looked forward to. I've come for Ash. This is my second Ash. It's been a great experience, but of course we know it's a more, it's a more acoustic, more private event. The one with I'm doing Radio Africa early next year. It's open to everyone to come, and I'm coming with my whole band, all 8 of them, and it's gonna be. It's going to be Johnny Drill on a different level. It's going to be the full sound. It's going to be big. It's going to be epic. It's going to be, if you've ever been to a live concert, a Johnny Drill live concert, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's going to be engaging, and you don't want to miss out. It's going to be fun. If you miss out, you're going to hate.
No one's missing out on this one. Sarah, let me ask you.
Yes.
So when he came for this Ash, what was the reception like when he came on stage?
You know, I think you can
He was
never at the auditorium
At
in
Catholic University. Yeah.
I think first Johnny on his own. Johnny is like when you interact with him musically, it's like something takes over you.
True.
Because he's so sincere in how he writes his songs. He's so genuine as a person, and that translates.
Yeah.
I think even before we reach everybody else, it was funny because my jaw was on the floor, so I can't pretend to be like, yeah, whatever, just saying. As in, my mouth was open, and he was telling us stories of how he wrote each and every song. I think it's almost like you didn't realize how thirsty you are, and he's the water that he's giving us. And we are drinking, like, oh my goodness. But at the same time, it's not in an aggressive way. It's like some type of gentleness. I just say he fills the room with a level of love and peace that cannot really
and
be
he's got
quantified.
that vibe about him. You can actually feel it.
So, as in, I can attest to the fact it's very hard to meet people who their music is one way and their personality is another way. Johnny is the full, like, he's
what
just
you
a
see
nice
is what
guy.
you
My
get.
head is going to explode soon.
It's like for
It's already too big.
everybody who met with him
Yes.
felt as if he was a long lost friend. And so I'm convinced that this is just the beginning. He's going to be, in my opinion, one of Africa's biggest artists. We're just lucky to have met him now.
True.
So he shouldn't forget us, Mina, right?
No, no, she cannot forget you. You know, I cannot forget you. So you've done now Kele with Johnny.
Yeah.
What's next for you? And now, where's the next Ash? Have you
the
put
next
it together? Because I ain't missing
have to
Ash
get us
again. Never.
Yes, it's going to be every month. And so I started Ash to build a fan base and to reward my fans, you know, and to be true to myself as a songwriter. And I was like, well, after all is said and done, you know, some of the musicians I love the most in the world are telling stories, and they're songwriters.
True.
And that's who I am. So I wanted to be honest and genuine about it. So there's one coming up in the month of November.
Okay.
And there will be another mystery guest. For me, I just released my
Where?
EP.
See, you say where?
Okay. It's going to be it'll still be at the same place at the auditorium.
At
I'll
Catholic
make sure
University.
At Catholic University.
You
I'll
make sure I'm there.
I will make sure. And the whole point is, when you see anybody who saw Johnny there, felt a level of intimacy that was different, you know. And that's what we are offering, is that we can tell the story. And he tells you, I was angry. There's a song he said about how he met this chick and then he never met her again. That's how he wrote this song. So for me, my EP is just out.
She never called you.
No, it's not that she never called me.
Did you know your Johnny Drill? Did you know your Johnny Drill?
I know, right? But that's in the past now. I'm happily married, and I've, you know.
Yeah, that was the next question, because a lot of the ladies are asking me here. Tell me about your lovely. You're married?
Yeah.
Children?
No children yet.
No children.
No children yet.
So pretty together. Sorry, he's married. She's saying you're allowed to have 4 wives.
What? No. That's not a good thing. I know Nigerian men are notorious for some of those things, but
you people have confused our ladies here in Kenya. Too much. Let me first tell you that.
Goodness.
So what's next from Johnny Drill? So what, the year is almost coming to an end.
Yes.
Is it something you're working on now for next year, or is there something coming up between now and Christmas?
Okay, right now we're planning the Johnny's Room Live series. It's a yearly shows that I put together.
Yeah.
This year we're doing a couple of cities in Nigeria. Early next year we're taking it to the UK. We're hoping to bring it to Kenya at some point, hopefully. But we'll do the Radio Africa one first.
Yes.
Get it out of the way.
You must do.
You know,
Sarah, you're the reason. You're the reason he's not performing this weekend.
But of course, because you see, us, we are friends.
See Johnny Drill. Choose Sarah over us, but it's
Of course. But then when you listen to the song, you'll know why.
I know, but you're going to absolutely love Kelly, which we're going to play, which you're going to hear exclusively first here on Classic 105. So, hey, you guys, Johnny Drill, first of all, we love you. Sarah, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
First of all, for your voice. I just love your voice.
Thank you.
And thank you for bringing this gentleman here. And thanks for doing Kele.
You're most welcome.
Now, please listen to me. The next Ash, I'll put it on my social media platforms, because we all need to go. Imagine Catholic University, when was that? It was when? Last weekend?
Yeah.
Imagine how those kids were feeling. You're just sitting there minding your business, then Johnny Drill comes. The hell? But listen, you're a vibe. You are nothing but good, positive vibes. I can feel it, and you're a great gentleman.
I will say the same thing about you.
Thank you so much.
I was playing in my head. Just watching you like just introduce the show. I just picturing myself as the audience, just listening and just feeling loved, and you're just mentioning their names and just
they love you.
That's so amazing.
We all absolutely love you, and Sarah, we love you too.
We love you too, Maina. You're such good vibes.
Thank you so much for coming. Hey, listen, you gotta listen to Kale right now because it's Johnny Drill and of course Sarah Mitaru here. As you listen to Kale, I'm gonna be taking my selfies.